You're tuning in to the Black Hollywood Live Network, featuring news, interviews, and commentary on all things Black Hollywood. Hollywood redefined. From Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is Black Hollywood Live, Fashion 411, featuring the week's roundup of fashion news. Black Hollywood Live, Hollywood redefined.
You're listening to Black Hollywood Live.
And now, the host for Black Hollywood Live, Fashion 411.
Woo! All right. Hello, fashion people. If you are tuning in, you are tuning in to Fashion 411 on Black Hollywood Live. We have to toot our own horns here because we are, let's see, the #1 fashion podcast on iTunes. Top rated. It is Friday, September 20th, and we actually have a special guest with us. Sarah Jackson of Loud Love Jewelry is here to join us today. And we're gonna go around the table really quickly. I'm Deanna Vaughn. I was your former New York City buyer, fashion maven. I'd like to think that I'm going to bring you the runway to the real way. Who's next?
Yes.
I'm your host, Erica Garcia Rojas. I'm your spicy Latina, born and raised in LA, and such a fashionista that 3 years ago I started my own clothing line, Rally Babe Apparel.
Awesome. I'm your girl, Courtney Stewart. As usual, I'm your resident fashionista, shopaholic, giving you guys all of the consumer perspective.
All right, so let's just get this show on the road. So we all know we're deep into, well, not deep into fall, but it's a new season. Last week we covered a few of the top fall 2013 trends. I'm gonna, do a little bit more of that today in my who, what, where. So let's start off with winter white. This is another big trend for this season. And on the left, we have Miss Solange Knowles. And then on the right, we have, it's from, let's see here, we've got Derek Lamb, Proenza Schooler, and Tommy Hilfiger. Now, it used to be the deal that, like, you didn't wear white after Labor Day. But I think all those rules are completely broken. Because look at Miss Solange. This was actually, she was on 106 in Park this past week. And she's just, sporting all white. I think those old rules are...
Do not apply.
Yeah, they don't apply anymore.
Unless you're in the Deep South.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's fresh, it's interesting, and, it's a departure from black and somber colors. So don't be afraid to wear white, people. Let's see here. Next up, another fall 2013 trend. It's classic menswear patterns. So... on the left here, we have a TV and radio presenter, Sarah Jane Crawford. And this picture is actually taken from London Fashion Week, which is this week. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people are hitting the streets for that. And when we say classic patterns, it's houndstooth, it's pinstripes. Also a classic pattern is, I don't know if you can tell, but in the middle, it is a leopard print. That's considered a classic pattern. And I want to remind you guys, we are on Instagram, so you can follow along, check out the pictures with everything that we're talking about after the show. Or you can check out blackhollywoodlive.com to also follow along. And then our last trend we're going to cover today is folk-inspired pieces. I don't know if I can really embrace this trend myself, but it was all over the place. Actually, I'm seeing it a lot in like your Forever 21s and H&Ms and things like that, little pieces. I think the key to wearing this trend is maybe just not doing it from head to toe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like maybe taking a top and, pairing it with something classic like jeans or, a skirt. But like doing it head to toe is a little overwhelming, I think. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think definitely taking like an accessory or like an inspiration from it. I mean, it can be cute, like the folk, and we've seen it before. Kind of similar to like the tribal that we saw a lot over the summer.
Right.
It's like taking like accessories or a piece of jewelry or just one item and throwing it into your look to make it more of a, to jazz it up a little bit.
Exactly.
But not head to toe.
Yeah, head to toe. It's
no H to T.
It's yeah, I like that. It's a bit much. So that's it. We'll cover some new fashion trends for this season on next week's show. I'm just kind of giving you guys just a little piece. And then finally at Who What Wear, I want to know what you guys think about this. So this is our last picture in Who What Wear. Okay, so this is the iconic Bloomingdales shopping bag, medium brown bag, little brown bag. And the reason why I wanted to show this picture and talk about it is that Bloomingdale's, they have this new store policy. Now, you know sometimes how people will buy clothing and wear it and return it, you know, and now they have this new policy where they are putting tags like in very conspicuous places on the clothing. And if that tag is removed, you can't bring it back.
Yes.
And I thought it was interesting because we all know that now, you know, I'm guilty of doing this before at some point in my life. But I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
I think they should. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I don't think I mean, not to throw down on the bus, but I've never actually done that. And I think it's, I used to work like at Nordstrom's and in retail a long time ago when I was in high school, and it is annoying. I mean, it's like people shouldn't be buying things and wearing them and returning them. It's gross. And I think that there's nothing wrong with the store implementing a policy like this so that people don't do it.
I have to agree because I've gotten some real skanky things back working in retail in the past, and you're like, really? Are you trying to return this? Come on.
Yeah.
But,
Some people are just, you know, deodorant stains. Some people are don't clean it. It's bad. Let me just read this real quick thing. It says Bloomingdale's is on the defense against wardrobing, the practice of buying merchandise, wearing once, and then returning a non-defective garment. According to the Business of Fashion, the practice is not only a form of return fraud, but it also cost the retail industry an estimated $8.8 billion last year.
I believe it.
So I think it's a great policy. I wonder if there will be other retailers that hop on board, you know, because obviously there's going to be an added cost to, you know, putting these extra tags. And I'm not sure if it's going to, like, flow down to the consumer or if it's going to, you know, the cost is going to, you know, be picked up by the actual, you know, vendor. So
it'll come to the consumer.
Well, I think the idea is that ultimately they'll save money by doing that. So there'll be an initial upfront cost, but hopefully they'll save some money by, you know, by not having to toss those items.
I would like to see them just sort of like the online situations that have come up, like Rent the Runway and stuff like that. It might behoove some retailers to think about doing some sort of rental situations in store, like especially during holiday, because I know this happens a lot with people in holiday dresses and expensive dresses and nice dresses that they want to wear to holiday parties and things, but don't necessarily have the money or want to purchase these massive things. It might be a step in the right direction, maybe to have a smaller unit of things where you can actually go and rent items and bring them back instead of just the purchasing.
Well, I mean, we also have like websites like
the
the
websites,
Runway, you know, so maybe like
Yeah.
more like that's an opportunity for people to build more businesses like that where you can, you know, rent clothing and you're not committed to it, and you know, but that still gets expensive too.
It does.
Yeah,
you know?
there's actually I'll put a plug here for one of my friends. She actually has a company out here in LA, and she does really well. It's called The Stylist, LA.com, and I think it's like $40 bucks or something to rent a dress, and she's got like really high-end designer dresses. It's a really great service. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and it's not too expensive, so anyone interested in that,
That's
check her
pretty
out.
awesome. All right, well, that's all I got for Who, What, Where. What do you have?
Okay, so
Erica.
we've got a style scoop for you guys. First up, the newest Target collaboration was announced. So just off the heels of a very successful Phillip Lim collaboration for Target, the large national retailer is already announcing its newest collection with Peter Pilotto. The print master is coming out with a 70-piece women's wear collection that includes apparel, accessories, and swimwear, all for under $80. The collection launches in all Target stores nationwide February 7th and will be available also online from Net-a-Porter. According to Target, the collection, quote, exemplifies a designer's distinct aesthetic, combining hyper-real digital prints and striking blues and greens and warm reds and oranges. So,
All right.
brand new collection coming out in
Already.
February.
Yeah.
Target just lines them up.
I know we were just talking about Target before we went live, and you know we were saying how I'm not crazy about that new collection that's out right now.
Phillip
So
Lim,
yeah, not crazy
I
about
wasn't
it.
crazy about it either, and I went to my Target not a couple days ago, so it's almost been a week since it launched, and there was quite a few things left.
Yeah,
Maybe
clothes-wise,
what
there was a
left-
lot left.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
accessories that everybody's snapping
Yeah,
up.
or I thought maybe what was left was the ugly stuff, and that's why I thought it was all ugly. All right, so next up, Barbie's newest designer dress was unveiled. According to Vogue UK, Mattel has tapped Hervé Leger to design a signature bandage dress for the Barbie Collector's series. 2 looks will complete the collaboration, including a red dress and a black dress. The black look is accented with open-toed booties and a small black quilted clutch, and the red one is rounded out with gladiator sandals, a red box clutch, and a black harness belt. So for those of you guys who are listening to us on iTunes, definitely check out our Instagram because we have a photo, and it's
This
really
is the cutest thing
adorable.
ever.
It is.
Oh my! This makes me want to collect Barbie
I
dolls.
know. It's so cute. So check out BHL Fashion 411 on Instagram for all these pictures. All right, up next, JustFab, the popular online retailer, is opening its first retail location. So JustFab.com, the online retailer of inexpensive shoes and accessories, is making the leap from online only to a brick-and-mortar store with the opening of their first location at the Glendale Galleria in Glendale Galleria.
When's that gonna open?
Already, I think it already did. Quote, there are some customers who sign up on the site, but before they make a purchase, they want to touch and feel the product, says Adam Goldberg, co-CEO of JustFab. He told Women's Wear Daily, quote, it's a real opportunity to convert members to actual buyers who have signed up but haven't yet made a purchase. And of course, there's plans to opening more stores in the future.
I actually have a little inside information.
What is it?
JustFab is actually partnered with Shoe Dazzle.
Yes.
So yeah, I think that it's in the works.
Have you guys ever bought anything from JustFab? Or?
I haven't.
haven't either.
I'm a member.
Not
Like I
JustFab,
sign
yeah.
up, but I've never actually purchased anything.
Because I remember I was a member of Shoe Dazzle back in the day, like earlier when it started, and I wasn't a fan of like the quality once you got the shoe. So I just assumed they'd all sort of end up being
look
the
like
same.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have an opinion on this. I think for me, it's just another cheap shoe store.
Yeah.
You know, and like I didn't personally buy any of the shoes, but I had girlfriends who did, and they all said the same thing. I mean, they're cheap, they're really cute, but they're like bad cheap shoes or like uncomfortable, and there's a ton of just cheap shoe stores already out there in a lot of malls, and I wasn't that excited. To me, it's like, it's another cheap accessory shoe store.
I will say that one thing I can't appreciate is for the woman who can't afford, you know, the $500 Louboutins or the latest shoe, she can go to a place like this. It's fast fashion like H&M. You know what I mean? This is what you pay $40 for a shoe.
Yeah.
You wear it a couple times. You don't expect it to last you forever, but you know you're getting that look that you need at a price point. So I can't appreciate that. You know?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean,
So-
who doesn't like other options? I just think there's a lot of things out there already like this, but. We'll see if they'll
We
bring
will
something
see.
new.
I'm going to Glendale to check
Well,
it out.
there you go. You let us know. All right. So next up, speaking of renting clothes, Rent the Runway launches a plus-size division. Nice. So Rent the Runway, an online website that allows customers to rent and return high-end designer dresses at discounted prices, launched its plus-size division this week. With the average American woman wearing a size 14, expanding its size range is a logical choice. According to Fashionista.com, when CEO Jen Hyman originally proposed that her site incorporate larger size range, she was, quote, literally laughed out of the room. And this is what she has to say. Every woman deserves to feel beautiful before the most important occasions in her life. Until now, we've only been able to follow through on this undertaking for virtually half of the female population. So the website will now offer dresses ranging from a size 14 to 22, and they have a 2-size rental policy, so it'll help them kind of find the perfect size for their dress. So.
I think this is awesome, and I think lately, like this past, the shows this season, they had the first plus-size designer for Fashion Week. So I think there's a lot of focus being put on, you know, plus-size fashion. And just like you said, like the average woman is what, like a size 12, 14,
Yeah,
you know?
14.
So where does she shop? Where does she go? She wants the same resources. She wants to feel beautiful, you know? So
And she has just as much money.
she has just as much money. So I think this is great.
Yeah, I think it's awesome, and I think it's kind of a little late. Like
Yeah,
I'm
it's a little
surprised
late
it's
to the
taken this
party.
long.
Yeah, I'm really surprised because
Agreed.
I could see this being really successful. So.
Yeah.
All right, so last but not least in our style scoop, this past weekend, Miss America was crowned to Nina Duvulari and the first Indian American to win the coveted title. Instead of enjoying her first days as a new beauty queen, she spent her first news conference addressing racist and angry viewers, calling the Syracuse, New York-born University of Michigan grad un-American. Dozens and dozens of angry and racist tweets filled the Twitter sphere, including a Fox News commentator, Todd Starnes, who joined in on the hateful racist comments, saying, quote, "The liberal Miss America judges won't say this, but Miss Kansas lost because she actually represented American values." In spite of the hate, the 24-year-old remained poised and had this to say. Quote, "I have to rise above that. I always viewed myself as first and foremost American. I'm so happy this organization has embraced diversity. I'm thankful that there are children watching at home who can finally relate to a new Miss America."
I've read some of those tweets. It was disgusting, and it just kind of reminds you, like, we think we've come so far, but we really haven't.
Yeah.
I mean, she was born in Syracuse, New York. You know, she's just as American as anyone, and some of the tweets were just disgusting. They were just calling her, you know, a terrorist
and Arab and all kinds of.
It was disgusting. I tweeted at her. I just said, you know, having blonde hair and blue eyes doesn't, you know, there's much more than being an American. And it got retweeted a lot. Got me a lot of followers.
Oh, nice.
But it was just, I was disgusted when I read about this. Just, it's just horrible.
Yeah.
Absolutely horrible. Just because she's not blonde hair, blue eyes, and from Texas, you know.
Yeah, I think I think it's great that, you know, an Indian American and you know, was nominated and won, and I think it's a good thing. And have there been past Miss Americans in the past that have been African American, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't Vanessa Williams?
Vanessa Williams was the first, I believe. Kenya Moore.
No, she was Miss USA.
Oh, Miss USA, excuse me. She would like yank my hair out.
Very upset about that.
The title. But yeah, there have been,
and it's nice to see other races, like me being Latina, like it is nice to see, like, say, a Latina up there, and I'm sure for like Indian Americans, it's nice to see them represented up there. And
it's great for little girls too.
It is, and I read those comments, and it's like you think you've come far, and
Yeah.
I was shocked by some of those comments, and they're awful.
It was pretty disgusting.
It was
pretty disgusting.
And I hope that Fox commentator, honestly, I hope he gets fired.
Oh, please.
He won't.
He'll get a raise. Are you kidding me?
Oh, yeah.
He'll get a bump in his salary.
No, he got a lot of flack out there. Like,
I mean, he gets a lot of flack, but he's on Fox News.
Yeah,
like, that's
exactly.
sort of he's in his lane.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
he does what he does.
And those guys say stuff like that.
yeah.
Let's not get any more political than we already are.
No.
All right, it's time to get to know our special guest here, Sarah Jackson. Now, before you tell us, you know, all about what you do and who you are, we like to play a little game with our guests called Fact or Fiction. Helps us, you know, get to know you a little bit better. So, first, Fact or Fiction. Sarah worked in finance before launching her jewelry line.
That is definitely false. I barely know what 2 + 2 is.
So what did you do before you launched your jewelry line?
Before I launched my jewelry line, I was a wardrobe stylist. So I did wardrobe for television, red carpet, music videos, and whatnot.
Fun.
Cool.
Who wants to read the
All
next
right,
question?
I'll do number 2. All right, Miss Sarah, you are half black and half Chinese.
That is correct.
Oh, very cool.
That is true.
Awesome.
You're Blasian.
Blasian. That's what Nelly calls it.
Blasian.
All right, I'll go next. Fact or Fiction. Sarah grew up in New Jersey.
That is false. I am from Burbank, California.
California born and raised.
And then finally, Fact or Fiction. Loud Love Jewelry is sold internationally.
It is. I sell all over.
Very nice. So tell us about Loud Love Jewelry and you know what you're all about when you came on the scene.
So my line is about 3 years old. I do all different types of jewelry. I do necklaces, earrings, bracelets. A few of my celeb clients have been the Kardashians. Kim, Khloe, Kylie, they've all worn it. Their stylist, Monica Rose. It's been featured in all the fun, fabulous magazines in Style, People Style Watch, OK, Us Weekly. A few more fans are Rachel Zoe, which was super exciting. I mean, it's Rachel Zoe. Come on.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
I mean, the Kardashians and Rachel Zoe can wear anything in the world. So to have them wear my pieces is super exciting.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I sell online, loudlovejewelry.com, and I sell in retailers throughout the country and internationally as well.
Now, I know you're big on like the whole green movement. So like all your jewelry, like, it's manufactured in LA? Like tell us about that.
Yeah, so everything is handmade in LA. We don't source anything outside of LA, just to keep it all from LA. And also all of our packaging materials are recycled, and we use recycled metals as well.
That's pretty cool. Now, do you find it expensive keeping all your production in Los Angeles?
No, I feel like it's actually cheaper because you're not paying for shipping. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
So,
And what was, for you, what was the reason behind wanting to do that?
I partnered with Global Green USA, and I do an exclusive line for them. So 30% of my sales goes directly towards them for that collection. And I just think it's important to do anything that you can to protect our environment. So why not do something so small to, that can go a long way.
Sorry, we're like 1 second. What inspired you to go into jewelry at all? Like you started as a stylist, instead of going to, clothes or anything else, what made you go to jewelry?
I think what made me go to jewelry was that I don't have technical training in, design and stuff. So clothes is a little bit more difficult. You have to, know how to sketch. You have to know all the fundamentals that come along with it. With jewelry, I just had these ideas in my head, and I was like, I want to make these things. So I had these 3 designs, and then I did rings with them, and then I was like, oh, I should make earrings and necklaces, and it kind of just fell into it, and it just happened, I think, a lot more easily than, doing a clothing line where, you have to do a collection each season, and, I eventually want to get there, but right now jewelry is what it is.
And so we have a lot of aspiring designers and jewelry designers that listen to the show, and one of the things I think that's awesome about you is that you do have such a huge celebrity clientele. Like how was it that you were able to kind of get into that world and get a lot of those clients?
With the, doing wardrobe styling in the past and just living here and networking, and you just kind of have to get it out there as much as you can and, give stuff to stylists to use on photo shoots and, just work with the magazines. You just got to work with everybody around you to get those connections and get it on the celebs. And then they start wanting it and asking for it.
Nice. And where do you get the inspiration for what you choose to do with your pieces?
My inspiration comes from vintage pieces, architecture, just art in general, everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Has that sort of always been like a passion for you as you were growing up? Is it something that sort of developed as you got older?
Yeah, it's always definitely been a passion of mine. I've always been into thrifting and vintage and antiques. It's something that I did super young with my dad, and I've just continued to always do and be a part of.
Very cool.
How often do you update your collections?
I do new collections about 3 times a year.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So I have a new one coming out soon.
So what can we expect for this upcoming one?
So I always like to do a lot of, everyday pieces because it's what sells, what everybody wants and wears all the time. And then I do a smaller collection that is more, fashiony and edgy and not everyday.
Is that what you would send out to publicists and all that kind of stuff to get people to wear it?
Yeah, that's more so for red carpet and music videos and whatnot. And for the girl that's, a little bit more edgy and doesn't want to, wear what everybody else is wearing.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. So, in terms of what's happening right now with fall 2013 fashion, what's happening in jewelry? That really inspires you right now?
I feel like right now, big is coming back, the big chunky pieces are coming back. And I love doing those pieces, and that's kind of where I started my line out with. And I have my smaller collection that's coming out is like that. So I think, just statement pieces are coming back, Personal jewelry has been this thing and this craze for a minute, and it's what sells. It's, everybody's wearing the initials and all that stuff, and it's great, and it's timeless, and but I feel like the chunky, bold pieces are coming back, and especially with fall, it's chunky sweaters and then chunky necklaces and bracelets. So yeah, I feel like that's coming back.
Are there any celebs out there that don't have your stuff but that you would just die if they wore it?
Rihanna and Beyonce.
Those are good ones.
Let's be real. Come on. The 2 tops.
Yes,
the 2 tops.
Those are good ones. Have you ever tried to send anything out to their people? Or
I haven't. I always feel like things happen at the right time,
True.
and it's going to happen when it's supposed to happen. So it will happen.
Yeah.
It will.
It will happen.
Put it out there in the universe.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah, especially with Rihanna. Like, she is just such a, I even hate to say trendsetter. I feel
Oh
like
my
there's a better
gosh.
word, but
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
she's just, at this moment, I think she is,
She's at
you
the
know,
forefront of
yeah,
fashion,
she's a
yeah.
fashion icon, I think,
Completely.
for many different generations.
Yeah.
You know, ours, even, like, I have a 13-year-old niece who loves Rihanna.
Yeah,
you
and then
know,
she has
so,
her line River Island.
Yeah. So put it out in the universe. You
Can't
never know what's gonna
wait.
come back. And like, who are some of your favorite designers?
Favorite designers. I love all the classics. I mean, Valentino and Ralph Lauren, and you know, I just love all the classics. Calvin Klein. I do love, you know, some of the newer ones. I do love, you know, Zac Posen. But yeah, I'm definitely a vintage classic kind of girl when it comes to like fashion.
So what's your favorite piece in your closet right now?
I don't have a favorite piece. I mostly only shop thrift and vintage, so every single piece is like, yeah.
Nice. So, I mean, you have to have an overflow of something in your closet.
Leopard.
Like leopard.
Yeah.
Yay,
Leopard.
love the animals.
Leopard. And a lot of sparkles, which, you know, a lot of vintage clothes are all sparkly.
course.
And as my top is right now. And yes, sparkles and leopard.
What is your advice for shopping vintage? Because sometimes that can be very overwhelming. You know what I mean? Like, any tips?
The only advice I would say is you have to actually enjoy it if you want to shop it. Like,
That's true.
I enjoy it, so I'm the digger. I go to the flea markets. I sit on eBay for like hours and crack out because I'm a psycho. I spend hours and hours. I'm watching like 20 items at a time, and then I'm at the flea market that Sunday at 6 o'clock in the morning digging through piles of crap, which is gold to me.
But serious dedication.
I mean, or you just have to be willing to spend a lot of money and go to the stores that are already amazing and all the pieces are edited out, and then, you know, spend a couple $100s on one piece. But I'm like, I'll spend $3 and find something amazing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Love your tips. I'm just too lazy for it. And I refuse to pay like, you know, $300 for somebody's old smelly shoes or something like that. Like, that's nuts.
That's not okay.
All right, so we are going to move on. We have something we like to call it hot or hot mess. So we show a couple different pictures and we all go around the room and you know, have our opinions of what we think of these outfits.
Okay.
Okay.
Who do we have first?
All right, guys. So first up, we've got a little duo here. We've got Nicki Minaj versus supermodel Jordyn Dunn. The duo wore the same Roberto Cavalli fall 2013 black and gold printed blazer and pleated skirt. Nicki here on the right wore hers to the BMI Awards, and she rounded out her look with a matching top, knit tights, and $1,400 Versace ankle cuff studded booties.
Whoa.
Now, Jordyn celebrated the September issue of W Magazine in the same outfit this past weekend and kept it simple by ditching the skirt and sporting Cavalli pumps.
I love the simple
Jordyn
approach.
Dunn.
Jordyn Dunn. I think Nicki is too much.
I
because
agree.
The outfit itself already has a lot going on, and then she added the boots, and then the textured tights, and then even her hair kind of detracts from it too in a strange way. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's me.
Jordyn.
I'm for Jordyn, keeping it simple.
Yeah, I have to vote for Jordyn. Even though I wanted Nicki's to be okay, because I don't wholly hate it. I just wholly hate them tights.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Like, why did you do that?
It's too much.
To me, this is a great example of like how a really like statement piece with a print can go so right
or
so wrong, because I think it looks fabulous on Jordyn.
Yeah,
and how
agreed.
she paired it with the pointy toe pumps and just the whole look, the simple hair, and I just think it looks like a train wreck on Nicki. And it's just like crazy. The same outfit, just based on how it was styled, just looks such a difference. So I'm a fan of Jordyn.
What does Coco Chanel say? Like, before you leave, like, take
Take out
something
one.
off.
Yeah.
And
She should have took off the tights.
yeah, she should have. And is it shorts or a skirt?
It's like a little
Is it a mini skirt?
It's a little skirt, I think, a pleated
Okay.
skirt.
I
Yeah.
couldn't really tell if they were
So.
shorts or not.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, Nicki.
All right, so next up, we've got Julia Roberts, and she's here at the Toronto Film Festival. So the Oscar winner veered a little bit out of her comfort zone with this red Dolce & Gabbana dress. She complimented the red lace embroidered dress with gold earrings and neutral colored pumps. For those of you listening, it's just like a mini dress with long sleeves and kind of a poofy looking kind of dress, and her hair is very straight and pulled back.
She looks like a figure skater. It looks like one of those outfits that either a figure skater would wear, or she looks like she's wearing a costume at Disneyland.
Sarah, what do you think?
I think she looks classic, but there's something missing. She needs like something. I don't know, but something.
Maybe jewelry?
Your jewelry. She needs like a necklace on there. The hair is boring.
Yeah.
It's just a little dull. I mean, she's beautiful. She looks beautiful, but it's dull.
I wish everybody could see our faces. That's what I wish, because all of our faces have this look on it like, oh.
Yeah, it's another one. Like, I love the color. I think it looks good on her. Her legs look amazing. I love the shoes with it. I just, maybe if she had her hair down with some soft waves, I would have been good. Because I almost don't know if I want to see jewelry. I'm beating my microphone. Because of the volume with the sleeves and then the whatever the lace applique is on top. I don't know. Yeah. It's a great color.
Some curls and some red lips.
Totally. Exactly.
I
and
totally agree. You took the words right out of my mouth. I actually like the dress. I think it's kind of cool. But I think what it needs is her hair needs to be down and it needs to be curled, and there needs to be something to it. Like, her hair is just awful. It looks like she went to she's getting ready to like wash her hair or go to the supermarket. So with this dress, I just would have loved to see the red lips. A little more hair. Longer hair.
Everybody's being so nice this week.
It's awful.
It's not awful.
And it's a great color, especially because she's not, Julia doesn't always get it right.
Well, we don't really see a lot of her
and we don't see a lot of her anymore
carpets,
either. But I appreciate the bright color and the energy that brings.
Yeah.
But yeah, it didn't fully come together.
All right, so up next we've got Jennifer Aniston, somebody else who likes to usually play it safe, and she's here at the Life of Crime premiere in Toronto. And the actress who generally favors black wore something a little bit different to her movie premiere, and it was a pale blue Vivienne, I can never pronounce her name. Vivienne Westwood design. So what do you guys think?
I'm not going first.
Oh, deal.
Here you go. Go, Sarah.
It's a little young. It's a little bright. I don't like it. I don't love it. It's just, it's not her, I feel like. Something else. Something else.
So that would be a hot mess from you. Okay.
She's not a hot mess. It's just, it
just doesn't.
It's not doing it.
I completely agree, actually, because everybody was touting this all night. Like, oh my God, she wore something different. And I looked at it and I was just kind of like, there's something usually more sleek about her when she looks, when she's really on, like, get me wrong, she wore that red ball gown, like, last time she was on it was all bad. But usually there's something very sleek about her and her figure, and she's so lean and just in such great shape. Like, this to me just wasn't her energy at all, and I don't know why, because I don't know her, but it just didn't give me, I don't know, it looked like she was trying to be her 28-year-old self.
Exactly. It's young. It's too young for her.
Yeah, it is. That's a good point. The color and the cut. But what's interesting is, like, we're so used to seeing her in black.
Yes.
We're just always used. And this looks like the kind of dress she would wear, but in black. So it's like, everyone's like, and I thought the same thing. It was like, oh, she's out of her comfort zone. It's like, well, it's like almost like the exact same kind of style that we usually see her. It just happens to be in this random pale blue color.
Yeah.
So it's like, it is venturing, but not, it's like she almost like, it's like she went 20% instead of saying, okay, I'm going to do something really different.
Yeah,
It's like the same style, and I was just like...
Because it's still structured and fitted, which is she does very well.
She always does, and there's not a lot of accessories. She wears her hair like usually how she always wears it, so it's like she kind of did, but not really. She didn't go all the way with making it, making a statement. So.
I'm going to give her credit just for, trying a new color. Seriously, because it is easy to fall into the, I'm going to wear black or dark colors. So I'll give her credit for, stepping outside and actually wearing color. But yeah, I agree with all of you guys. Like, I think the shape is the same. It is a little young, but it's not like so young where it's inappropriate.
No, it's not inappropriate.
No.
But yeah, I don't love it. I don't hate it. It's just kind of there.
Yeah.
All right. So up next, we got Gwyneth Paltrow, and she's here at the Thanks for Sharing premiere in Los Angeles. So she's wearing a Landon Resort 2014 dress and a pair of Nicholas Kirkwood stretch print sandals. And she's wearing her hair very straight and red lips.
Shoes need to go.
Yeah.
Shoes do not do it for the outfit. The dress is beautiful. The shoes are beautiful, not together. If she just had some pumps on with some sparkle.
Lighter.
I feel like it's a little plain. It's just, I don't know.
She is plain, though.
Yeah, this is true. It's, I mean, it's plain, it's simple. I'm just thinking, what, is this a Lanvin dress? Is that what it is? That dress probably cost, what, like $5,000, and it looks like she could have got it at Target. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like,
No, I actually have to totally disagree. I think it's really beautiful. And I
Really?
think when you look at more pictures of it, too, you can see how structured it is and how, like, beautifully it fits. I actually thought the dress on her, it made sense. It was quite beautiful. It looked nice with her hair, and I like the touch of the red lips. Sarah, I totally agree with you. I'm not a huge fan of the shoes. I think a different kind of shoe would have actually made the whole outfit come together better. I think it's really lovely and really beautiful. And you guys, don't forget to follow us along on Instagram at BHL Fashion 411 so you can see these pictures.
Courtney.
You know, me and Gwyneth Paltrow have a situation where we just don't get along. Like, I don't know. The shoes are not it at all. I love the dress. I think it's a great dress. I don't know if it was great on her. I don't know if I love it on her. I'm bored. And I feel like her hair is just like hanging, and she just feels dowdy to me. Like, I don't know, something isn't vibrant about it. And it's so bright, and and I bet that fabric is just like this thick, delicious, like wonderful, but
structure.
I don't feel that coming off of her at all. I'm like, and I like the bone straight hair, but it just doesn't.
It's almost like she needs a great statement necklace, you know, or something. But I agree. I just feel like it's a little plain.
I know she's usually like minimalist, and she kind of likes
yeah.
that, and I'm not opposed to it. And maybe again, if she had put on different shoes, I could be having a whole different conversation. But it didn't do she didn't do anything to make this dress awesome, and the shoes didn't do anything to make the dress awesome either.
All
I
right.
have to just say no to Gwyneth Paltrow.
No Gwenny for you.
No Gwenny for me.
All right. So next up, we got Miss Kerry Washington, and she's here at the Academy of Television Arts and Sciences and SAG-AFTRA celebration of the 65th Primetime Emmy Award nominees here in North Hollywood. And the actress wore a Halston Heritage pink ruffle dress and $995 Nancy Gonzalez croc curve razor purse.
Pink and white, 15. That's all I have to say.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah, 15 years old. Not okay.
I'm so surprised. This does not work for me at all. She looks fat. Well, I don't want to say fat. She looks wide and like not shapely, I should say.
Well, you can tell it's the
ruffles.
It's the ruffles.
Yeah,
It's the layering of the fabric.
Which isn't complimentary if you're taking pictures. Like, maybe it was beautiful to play with and look at in the mirror.
Or standing like that.
Standing like that, and then like, oh, I'm coy. It doesn't. I don't get it.
I love the color on her.
I
think
love
the
that
color
color
is
in general.
fantastic.
The color is
Yeah.
beautiful, not with white.
She matched it with the lipstick. I'm not a fan of the dress either. I think it's one of those situations where probably in person looked really beautiful with the ruffles.
Yeah.
The only thing I just don't like the straps, like those straight like kind of straps. I just feel like it kind of made the dress shapeless. And it didn't, like, maybe if it was strapless, or maybe if there were thinner straps, or more like around the neck, something, as opposed to those thick, fat, just tank toppy straps.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the straps.
I mean, I feel like this might have been like a day event.
I don't know.
Because it's for the nominees, and usually they have like the luncheon or whatever.
Right.
So I get that it's sort of like the ladies who lunch dress with like a twist, but it doesn't even look like they fitted the top around her boob area. Like, I can't see if they're going sideways, if the ruffle, like
Yeah.
No.
You gotta look at the boobs, girl. You gotta look at the waist. You gotta look at the hips.
Beautiful color on her, but just I agree. I think maybe in person,
it probably
had a
showed
different
better.
effect, you know, than it does,
I probably want to put it on.
photographed.
Cupcake.
Okay, so last but not least, we've got actress Naomie Harris at the London Fashion Week's Harper Bazaar party. And she's wearing a Peter Pilotto Resort 2014 printed dress and Christian Louboutin pumps.
That is how you wear white pumps. With
Yes.
a dress.
Yes.
Yeah, she looks fat. She's all over the place lately.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
she's got the movie coming out.
all over the place.
with
Yeah.
movie? Is it?
Idris. It's
Yeah.
the Mandela movie with Idris Elba. and she plays Winnie Mandela, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay. She was in Pirates of the Caribbean. She's a kind of up and coming new actress out there, and
She's all over the fashion scene
Yeah.
lately. Just every website you pull up, she's photographed. I think she looks great.
She looks great.
And
Yeah,
that neckline
stunning.
does her shoulders and arms lots of wonderful things because she's got great shoulders and arms.
I think everything about her look and what she looks like in this photo is perfect. Like the way she styled her hair, how it's straight, kind of back, her purse, even the way she's standing.
Yeah, her posture
like
is
everything
perfect.
about her,
Yeah.
like the way that the dress, like against her skin, it just looks beautiful. Like,
Yeah.
this is perfection to me.
Yeah.
Like just
looks
everything
gorgeous.
she styled, whoever her stylist, if she does it herself or whoever
You
it is,
did good, girl.
did amazing, and
Whoever
just
you
paired
are.
it perfectly to her, to her body, to her skin tone. Now that is a job well done.
And legs, arms, posture, she
Everything.
looks great.
And the shoes, like you said, Sarah, the white pumps, like, ooh, I just love it. I want it.
That is a hot from
Right.
Erica,
That is
in
a
case you were
hot.
confused.
Well, that's all we have time for this week. We want to thank Sarah Jackson for joining us.
Thank you guys.
So great learning all about your jewelry line. And where can people find you?
You can find me at www.loudlovejewelry.com, and all of my social media is at loudlovejewelry.
Great.
Awesome.
Everybody else,
You can
where can we
me,
find you?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Stuart Starlet. And of course, please follow us on Instagram for BHL Fashion 411.
And I'm your host, Erica Garcia Rojas, and you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at IamEGR.
And you can find me, Deanna Vaughn, on Instagram and Twitter at It's Me, Deanna V. And don't forget to check out Instagram, BlackHollywoodLive.com. And we'll see you next week, you guys.
All right, bye-bye.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Sweeten, Dario Kristen, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for tuning in to the Black Hollywood Live Network. If you have questions or comments, tweet us at BHL Online or email us at info@blackhollywoodlive.com. For more exclusive content, visit blackhollywoodlive.com. This has been a presentation of the Black Hollywood Live Network.
Hollywood redefined.
The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.